Right now, there is something alive in the ocean that has never seen sunlight. It doesn't breathe air. It doesn't need it. And it might be the most successful organism on this planet. Stay, because what I'm about to show you will make you question everything you thought you knew about life on Earth. Before we go deep, and I mean 11 kilometers deep, I need to plant something in your brain. There is one fact coming up, somewhere in this video, that NASA scientists say is more important than finding water on Mars. I'll tell you which one it is. But not yet. First, let's start at the surface, and work our way down into something that should not exist. We have better maps of the surface of Mars than we do of our own ocean floor. As of right now, less than 25% of the deep seafloor has been mapped in high resolution. 25%. The rest? A guess. A blur. A complete mystery sitting 4 kilometers below your feet. The ocean covers 71% of this planet, and we have explored less of it than we have explored the moon. Think about that. We sent humans to the moon in 1969. We sent a human to the deepest point in the ocean for the first time just a few decades later, and we've barely been back since. The deep ocean is not a place we visit. And here's why that's terrifying. Wait, pause for a second. Because before I tell you what lives down there, I need you to understand the pressure. Imagine standing in a room. Now imagine that room being crushed by the weight of the Eiffel Tower stacked 11 times. On top of you. That is 1,100 times the pressure you feel right now. Your blood would turn to foam. Your lungs would collapse to the size of a fist. And yet, something lives there. Multiple somethings. In 1977, a research submarine diving near the Galapagos Islands found something that broke science. Hydrothermal vents. Cracks in the ocean floor venting water at 400 degrees Celsius, hotter than an oven set to full blast, and around them, life. Shrimp. Tube worms 2 meters long. Crabs. An entire ecosystem, thriving in total darkness, with zero sunlight, in near-boiling water laced with toxic chemicals. This wasn't supposed to be possible. Every textbook before 1977 said life needs sunlight. It doesn't. Life needs energy, and the Earth itself provides it. This discovery didn't just change biology. It changed how we think about where life can exist in the entire universe. That's the fact NASA cares about. Because if life can exist here, it can exist on the icy moons of Jupiter. It can exist under the surface of Mars. The deep ocean just made alien life dramatically more likely. And by the way, those tube worms I mentioned, they have no stomach, no mouth, no digestive system of any kind. I'll explain exactly how they eat in just a moment. But first, let's go deeper. Here's something that'll mess with you. The ocean has a sound channel, called the SOFAR channel, and it works like a natural telephone system built into the sea. Whales use it. The US Navy used it. Sound can travel through it for thousands of miles without losing strength. But in 1997, scientists picked up something in this channel they could not identify. Something louder than any animal ever recorded. They named it simply the Bloop. And here's the original Bloop sound recorded by NOAA. It was detected across hydrophones 5,000 kilometers apart. Nothing alive should be able to produce that sound. They still don't fully know what made it. The deep ocean isn't dark. Not entirely. Bioluminescence, living light, is actually the most common form of communication on the planet. Around 76% of deep-sea creatures produce their own light. Not from sunlight. From chemistry. The anglerfish uses a glowing lure to hunt. The vampire squid flashes light to confuse predators. Certain jellyfish create entire light shows, spiraling, pulsing, coordinating patterns across their bodies, for reasons we don't fully understand. And here's the thing that gets me. For 3.8 billion years, these light shows have been happening in total darkness, seen by nothing but each other. Until we showed up with a submarine and a camera. Oh, and those tube worms. I promised you. They have no digestive system because they don't need one. Inside their bodies, they carry billions of bacteria that do something remarkable. Coming up. But first, the deepest point on Earth, and the thing that was found there that genuinely disturbed the scientists who found it. The Mariana Trench. 11 kilometers down. If you dropped Mount Everest in there, it would be completely submerged, with over a mile of water still above the peak. James Cameron went down in 2012. One of the most expensive, heavily engineered dives in human history. And at the very bottom, in a place no sunlight has ever touched, in a place with pressure that should make life impossible, they found a plastic bag and microfibers from clothing. It's a place we are poisoning from the surface, from 11 kilometers above, without ever seeing what we're killing. Back to those tube worms. They are one of the strangest organisms ever discovered. Up to 2 meters long. Blood red. Anchored to volcanic rock. No mouth. No stomach. No way to eat, in any way we recognize. So how do they survive? Inside their bodies is a specialized organ called a trophosome. It's packed with billions of bacteria that perform a process called chemosynthesis, converting toxic chemicals from the vents into energy. Without them, it dies in days. The bacteria need the worm's blood to survive. They evolve together, across millions of years of total darkness, into something that shouldn't exist. Scientists call this obligate symbiosis. I call it the most alien relationship on Earth. Quick question, and I genuinely want you to think about this. If the deep ocean has entire ecosystems that need no sunlight, no oxygen, and no connection to the surface world, how many other ecosystems are down there that we haven't found yet? Scientists estimate we have cataloged fewer than 10% of deep-sea species. Which means right now, tonight, in the dark below you, there are things living and dying that have no name. Things that may hold the key to medicine, to new materials, to understanding the origins of life itself. And most of them will go extinct before we ever discover them. There is a place in the deep ocean called the whale fall. When a whale dies and sinks to the bottom, it doesn't just decompose. It becomes an entire world. The corpse of a single whale can sustain a unique ecosystem for over 100 years. First come the mobile scavengers, sharks, hagfish, stripping the flesh in months. Then come the enrichment opportunists, polychaete worms, crustaceans, feeding on the organic mat left behind. And finally, in the last stage, sulfophilic bacteria, the same type found at hydrothermal vents, colonize the bones themselves, releasing hydrogen sulfide, creating a vent-like environment from nothing but a skeleton. A whale death is, in the deep ocean, a 100-year birth. An entire life cycle, an entire community, triggered by a single falling body in the dark. Some species have evolved to live only on whale falls. They exist nowhere else on Earth. Their entire world is a skeleton on a seafloor, a mile below the surface, and they have never known anything else. And I haven't even told you about the giant squid that dragged a camera down into the dark. Or the immortal jellyfish that scientists believe may not age. Or the fact that the deep ocean produces half of the oxygen you are breathing right now, and we are killing the organisms that make it. That story, I'm saving for the next video. The deep ocean isn't just an interesting footnote in geography class. It's the largest living space on Earth. It controls our climate, produces our oxygen, and holds more history than every library ever built. And we've seen less of it than the surface of the moon. So here's what I want you to take away. The next time someone tells you we know everything about this planet, remember that right now, 11 kilometers below the nearest ocean, something is alive, glowing, eating chemicals, doing things biology said couldn't be done. And it has been doing this alone in the dark for millions of years. If this video made you feel something, subscribe, because next week we're going deeper. And if you want to go down the rabbit hole tonight, the next video is right there.